Good afternoon. I'm here today with Garen Veras, one of our New England Patriots defensive ends. Can you tell us why you're here today to celebrate with us?
Well, when I got the invite, it's just such a great program for our young kids to do something that affects their community, affects our society. I mean, social justice and social responsibility. The more that they learn at this age, the better they're going to be and have gone through it and know the subjects as they get older. So, I was so happy to be part of this and representing the New England Patriots Charitable Foundation and our New England Patriots alumni. We just wanted to show our support for all the great things that are happening here today and what the kids are learning.
Fabulous. So we're going to have an opportunity to go and look at some of these wonderful projects.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about this looking and learning together.
Yeah.
And seeing what the kids are doing.
Yeah, I've already heard about some great projects that the kids have done, so I'm looking forward to going down and talking to a lot of the kids and find out why they're made the projects that they did and what are the factors that they want to show the community and show the people that they really care about what's going on.
Thank you for that. So I also want to say thank you to Richie Trotter, Mr. Trotter, the CCSR, the Center for Citizenship and Social Responsibility. I'm really excited about all the projects that the students have been working on, and today again is going to give us a great opportunity to delve deeper and share this great message of social responsibility and social justice with the world. Thank you.
I wanted to give back to our community because all three of us went to the Brooks Elementary School originally. So we started our project as inspirational posters that we put around the school so that when the kids went by, they would read it and feel inspired throughout their day. And then last year we expanded that. We continued in the Brooks Elementary, and we painted on the playground basically the solar system. We used the solar system as our theme. So there was already an Earth painted there. So we put a rocket ship with different paths, as you can probably see in some of the pictures there. And we had that as an interactive space where the kids would also play but also learn about the solar system. And then we continued on to the Columbus.
And I'm a transfer student, so I only got to work on it this year. And my name is Isabella, but we have...
What grade are you in, Isabella?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yeah, so this year we haven't really necessarily been able to paint yet, but we've spent the majority of the year planning for it and meeting with the vice principal, and meeting with the CCSR leader at Columbus, and we've just been brainstorming what would be best for the kids at that school, and the principal requested that we do some math-based games because it's something that the school is having a bit of trouble with, but we plan on painting some cute little multiplication tables and a little bit, because the space is limited there, so we can only necessarily do a couple, but we plan on painting a multiplication table and some other cute designs, just to make it a more lively environment for the kids to have some free time.
Thank you. And I want you to tell us your name.
Sure,
as well.
sorry. My name is Jennifer. I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade,
Yeah.
You're a senior.
Yep,
Woo-hoo!
graduating this year.
Hey, go Mustangs.
I started violin in 4th grade, and I still play now. I play at Tufts.
You play cello at all, or
No.
violin?
She's the cellist, so I play more violin.
Do you play the violin?
No.
No. So you can.
I wanted to be different, so I went with
different.
cello. Yeah, but it's good because we get to play together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, they play it's like an orchestra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you play 3 instruments?
Yeah, I play violin, piano, and cello.
And what do you play?
I play piano and cello.
Are you? Go see them on what's the music show? American Idol. Oh no, America's Got Talent.
Education made accessible for kids. So our last year project was with the Boston Children's Hospital, where we raised money to buy school supplies for the kids at Boston Children's Hospital who might not have the same access to education as us. And for this year, we kind of took an international point of view. So our new fundraiser is called Kit Kats for Kids. So every Kit Kat that is sold will go towards giving supplies to 2 organizations that are personal to me and my partner, who is absent at the moment. She's going at the library. But one of the organizations that we'll be donating to is the McKinley Youth Disabled Organization, which is a Haitian organization that my family's connected to, and it's like giving resources to disabled kids, and it like focuses on them. And then the other school that we'd be donating to is the government of secondary school up in Pasu, which is in India, which is where my other partner is from, and they focus on getting supplies to like areas that are underfunded by the government, especially areas that are village areas. So yeah.
So you're not only affecting your community here, you're affecting communities across the world. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
That is pretty amazing.
So what made you, I'm just curious, what made you decide to take it internationally from doing it here and bringing it to a broader scale?
Well, it's because like in Medford we might not see it all the time, but like we have it a lot better off than kids in other countries, especially like me coming from a country that's like very in a state of poverty, and India, which is also another country that's like really poor. We want to make sure that like we're going towards like countries, like third world countries that like wouldn't have the same access as us, because like even though like we might not have the best education here, like we're still way better off than some other people.
For our project, we did the Medford Science for Shooting Stars, which is an initiative. I'm Maha.
Yeah, and I'm Sophie.
Yeah. So it's basically an initiative to kind of bring in the STEM fields and introduce it to kids of minorities, or like kids who like necessarily wouldn't have like the same opportunities. And so we've been working with the Medford Boys and Girls Club and doing like science activities with them, such as like hands-on labs and just like other activities with them. And so we want to go into more.
Yeah. So over the summer and like throughout the year, we prepped like a lot of different like labs for them, and we did like a lot of different courses and like a lot of different like experiments that we think kids would like enjoy, but then also learning different like science topics along the way. So like from here, for example, we learned about like electricity and magnetism at a very basic level, but they still enjoyed it because like they got to like blow up balloons and like rub in their head, and then we taught them about like how that creates like a static field, and then like their hair goes all fuzzy, so that's really cute.
Yeah. And we also had
The ice cream lab.
the ice cream lab, where we put it in salt and like in a bag, and we mixed it around and it became ice cream.
Yeah.
And then we had
This is the silly
Food
putty.
Black, yeah, the
Black,
Food Black lab, where we talked about states of matter and stuff like that. Yeah. And so the challenging part, probably their age level. They're very young kids, so we had to stick with like basic like topics, but it was definitely a fun program to do this year, and it's definitely something we probably will continue on in college. Yeah. Thank you.
Did the kids become, I mean, were they just like amazed at some of the experiments that you did and make them want to be part of?
We met with them every other week, and we saw that they kept coming back. We had around about 25 students, and one thing that we noticed were like they were mainly female, so like that really made us happy that we were targeting women in like the STEM field, and so we were able to share something with them.
I love this. It's fantastic. It sounds like the kids had a great time, and I love the slideshow. That's beautiful. Thank you.
My name is Rachel.
I'm Soam.
I'm Morgan. And so our project is about the Mustang Way, and the Mustang Way is something that Mr. Chuchi sort of started, and it was just about how to like act in and out of school. So when he went to the McGlynn, he sort of brought it with him, and we made a video to clarify what it is for all the students, and then we were able to present it at the McGlynn and the Andrews for all the middle schoolers.
So if you had to say what you felt the Mustang Way was, what would you say? What were the words that would come to mind?
Well, we have words like on the poster here, so it's really like some of it is like basic stuff, like being kind, just like working hard, and then being responsible, and it's just like always like working to self-improve and like make sure you're doing the right thing.
I see you have my favorite word is respectful. That's my favorite word. I always tell kids, so I was glad to see that, and great presentation, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. I love the poster board. It's beautiful. Thank you.
honey, bees. Are you talking about bumblebees?
We're mainly talking about solitary bees.
Ah,
It's a type
okay.
of bee where most of them they don't have stingers. But if you get stung by one, it's very mild. But if you're allergic to it, then you might want to keep away. So they're different from social bees. Like solitary bees, they mainly have they don't have a hive or they don't have a queen or make honey. So they basically are better pollinators than other pollinators because right here there's a fact that says they lose more pollen as they go to each flower, and they just spread more pollen to each flower, and it helps the economy and the way we do things here. Here is a picture of what dairy with bees is and without bees, and how it's really drastic change. And this is with produce as well. So this is a box full of native solitary bees, and basically it's kind of like a mini house but for bees. There's a bird house, but this is for bees. It's really easy to make. With this one, you can make it out of a brick, and you can just drill holes and make sure you can add a bucket of water and put some sticks on it, so then the bees can land on it, so then they don't run out of water or energy.
So are these bees different? When I know this, a lot of maybe it's just the honeybees that have the queen bee. Is the queen bee also required for these, or is it a different type of?
They can be, but for solitary bees, they're kind of alone, and they mainly focus on raising their young. So they do that through gathering pollen and honey, and they use that to consume and feed it to the.
So they don't necessarily need a queen to do.
Yeah, they don't necessarily. That's why they're different from social bees, which is just common. And what you can do, we can mainly bring more awareness about bees and solitary bees and how to tell the difference. I also forgot to mention that solitary bees, they have 4 wings instead of 2, and they're a lot more hairier than wasps. So it's kind of hard to tell, but this is just the main aspect.
So in Bedford Square, there are currently over 50 slaves buried in the Salem Street burial ground without any grave markers. So we raised money and won a grant in order to fund a memorial for the slaves that were buried there. And we're going to be having a ceremony and unveiling of the stone, and hopefully we can give a bit of voice and recognition back to these enslaved people.
When is the ceremony?
So the ceremony is going to be on June 8th at 10:30.
June 8th. Okay, that's
We're very excited about it.
This is. I was just in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and we were at the Martin Luther King Social Justice Center down there, and just to see all the history and even the programs that I've viewed here in the last couple of weeks, and how important your project is around recognizing the slaves and what happened at that time. But it's fantastic, and hopefully that we will, as many people as possible can come to the, was it June 8th you said?
Yep, June 8th at 10:30.
10:30. Fantastic.
Good. How are you? My name's Marco.
Marco, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So this is our second annual Hunger Banquet. Basically what the Hunger Banquet is, it's a simulation on the struggles of the lower class with things like food insecurity. So basically you're going to be picking out of a lottery to see what class you are, and depending on the class you are is the type of food you'll get. So if you're in the upper class, you're going to get a nice steak. If you're in the lower class, you're going to get rice and beans. It costs $5, so admission is $5, and all the money goes towards Oxfam charity. So, yeah.
And this event takes place? Tell us.
The event takes place at the Calvary United Methodist Church, which is 300 Mass Ave, Arlington. It takes place May 18th from 7 to 8:30.
So my sister was adopted from Ethiopia when she was about 6 months old. My family and I went there a few years ago, but the village that she lives in recently suffered a drought. So we wanted to provide water supplies there. So what we did was, since soccer is so huge in Ethiopia, we decided to host a charity soccer tournament. And it was 2 days ago. We raised about $200, and we're going to keep doing it throughout the years to continue, getting donations and such. We are collecting donations.
Thank you for sharing. I was going to ask you guys to tell us what this is about.
Yeah, so we've been going to the nursing home and just interacting with the residents and having like activities and whatever the nursing home needs us to do.
I feel like really as an older person, without human interaction, it kind of withers at your mind. So giving them what they need, coming in and just giving them comfort and some type of conversation, it helps. Even at the least amount. It's just something.
You were saying?
I was just saying that's such a wonderful idea. I mean, those people in the nursing homes have to be lonely and wanting to see young people and their families and things like that. And, you guys are a wonderful replacement for their family who probably can't be there every single day. So that's great.
You did these works? That is amazing. Wow.
Tell me your name and what grade you're in.
Gabrielle Yamamoto, I'm in grade 10.
Grade 10. Well, what inspired you to do portraits?
So I wanted to really express the cultural identity of Medford because I feel like we have a very diverse community that's not often represented. So I wanted people to be able to walk around the town and see themselves in the city as they walk.
And I agree with you. Medford is a wonderfully rich, diverse community, and I think this is a wonderful way to really let everyone see that. Can you tell me how many murals you've done thus far?
We're currently in the design phase, so we're trying to go through the phases of designing murals, then outreach program, so we would contact businesses that would allow us to do this, and then we'd have to go through the process of gathering resources and then painting. So it'd probably be over the course of about 3 years.
A 3-year project.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for that.
She told me even that, I guess, starting with large murals and all the way down to smaller murals to represent the people of Medford. So that's a great. Will you do the large mural, or you have a team of people to do it?
I would do it, but I'd also like to reach out to the community and any other kind of groups that we have, because we do have the Medford Arts Council, and I'd like to outreach to them and any other kind of school programs.
And how many fellow artists do you work with in the city, in the school?
Well, I have one partner currently, but I would also like to reach out with the art club, which did the murals around the school itself.
That's a great idea.
Thank you for sharing. So your project's Medford's Diversity Day.
Can you talk to us about it? Tell us your name, your grade level.
My name's Luisa Barboza. I'm a senior.
Senior. Woohoo!
Sarah Okindagli, a senior.
Wonderful. Graduate.
Vivian Fernandez, also a senior.
Fabulous. Seniors, tell us. Rock and roll. Yes.
So basically, it's Medford Diversity Day. We ran it last year, but we just wanted to showcase the diversity here at Medford High, and surrounding Medford as well. And we use everything local. So we have bands that are from Medford. We have food coming from Medford. Just everything that can show diversity. We have performances as well, games for kids. We're working on getting a bouncy house.
That's gonna be
yeah.
Can you tell us the dates and the time?
Yeah, so it's going to be June 1st at Tufts Park from 12 to 3.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to weigh in?
I think she got it all. We're also gonna have organizations that talk about diversity in Medford and school clubs too.
School clubs as well. Fabulous.
It is free of charge.
Free of charge.
There will
Even
be some food trucks in which you will have to buy food from, but the event itself is free of charge, and of course the bouncy house is free. So.
CCSR King. So talk to us about it. Coordinator, taking care of all of the schools, coordinating all the programs. So can you talk to us about all these projects here today?
I can. It's super exciting to be here. We have over 57 projects that are represented at the high school and over 400 students participating in the districts this year, which is really wonderful. For me, this has been great because I have been able to meet so many students that I wouldn't have in the classroom setting, and it's great to see what they're like outside of the classroom and the things they can do. I always say that when you give students the time time and the space to be creative, they not only meet your expectations, they significantly exceed them. And we're very happy to have CCSR in every school this year. So it's been a great initiative, and I hope it only gets bigger and bigger.
I agree, and I'm so excited to see the kids and they're able to just talk about the great projects. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to do so.
Oh, always, definitely. Thank you so much. So, EL Give Back, can you tell me your name, your grade, and...
My name is Nishal Khatri. I'm a junior at Medford High School. I just moved to Medford this year. I used to live in Nantucket. So once I joined CCSR and I saw that EL Give Back project was an option, I immediately joined because I also was an EL student before in 7th and 8th grade, and I knew how hard it was to transition to a new school, like having a language barrier and a culture barrier too. So this project helps us provide information to videos to students by providing information videos such as free reduced lunch, dress codes, graduation requirements, and we put those out in English first and then put it in different languages like Portuguese, Mandarin, Arabic, and Haitian Creole. So next year we will be leading the project, so we are thinking of adding Hindi also as an option, and also enhancing our project by adding not just information videos, but also videos that create awareness about the problems of EL students, so people have a better view of what a life is like when you come to a new country.
Tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Tian. I'm currently a sophomore here at Medford High School. So I just came from Vietnam like 2 years ago. Like at first, I don't speak English at all, and when I heard about this project, I was being inspired by this project because I know how hard it was to be, like when you came from a different country, like language barrier, like the culture and many different things. It's hard for you to like understand the new things. So like I want to be involved in this project because I know like people like me too came from different countries. They need help. So we make in this project we make videos about like how things at school work, and like in English and also in like many different languages. And next year, me and Nishal will be in this project, and yeah.
Wonderful.
So I've already had the opportunity to speak to both boys, and I am just so impressed. They are continuing a project on that a group of students had started in a previous year, and it was such a great idea and so important. So I'm so happy that you guys are taking the ball and running with it, and you're going to keep it up for each of our new successive groups of students. It's really terrific.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing it.
Thank you. Keep up the good work. So I'm going to ask you, model my watershed. So can you tell me your names, your grade level that you're in, and talk about your project?
I'm Emma McGlynn. I'm a junior.
I'm Louisa Barboza. I'm a senior.
And I'm Maya Winslow, and I'm a senior.
You're a senior. All right, tell us, who wants to talk about the watershed?
I'll talk about it. So, Medford is located, like all communities, we're all a part of a watershed. So what a watershed is so all of the like running water in the area goes empties out into one common outlet. So for example, Medford, we have the Mystic River, and that empties out into the Boston Harbor, and so does Charles River. So that's all part of the Middlesex watershed, or Mystic watershed. Sorry. So in Medford, all of our runoff water goes into our sewer systems, and there's little filtration for the water, so it just goes straight into the Mystic River, and that carries all of the pollutants from like litter and like from cars. And so for our project, we'd like to implement a rain garden, so to prevent some of that runoff water from going into our sewer systems, and instead benefiting an aesthetically pleasing garden.
Wonderful.
Yes, it's a fantastic project, and I'm excited to, hopefully you can implement this and see how much actual water we can gather and divert outside of that. What's your plan for implementing this project?
So far we've gotten approval from Buildings and Grounds, and they were going to talk a little more to some of the faculty about it, and we're in the process of trying to get grants and stuff for it.
And so we've made a list of like supplies that we need and like the flowers and whatnot, what we're going to use. So we just have to wait for how much money we can get donated to us and whatnot, and then we can see how big we can make it. So for the future, because we do have juniors in our group, they're going to actually like build the garden next year, hopefully, if we can get that done.
Any other comments or questions?
No, I think she got it all.
It's a wonderful project called the Selfie Project, and please tell me your names and what grade you're in, and tell me about your project.
I'm Brianna Lachasey, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Joey Lanforte, and I'm also a sophomore.
Tell us about the project.
So basically the selfie project is when a ton of people sent in selfies to show diversity in our school, and we put them on the bulletin board.
We wanted everybody to feel comfortable being themselves at our school, so we thought by showing the diversity would maybe make people feel more comfortable and make new friends.
I think it's a great idea, and these candids, these pictures are wonderful pictures, and everyone's happy and they're expressing themselves in their natural environment the way they want to. So I think that that's an additional beautiful point of the whole project.
Thank you.
All right, nice job.
I'm Ryan Hurd, and I'm in grade 12.
Senior.
Hi, I'm Laura Brazielli. I'm also a senior.
Fabulous. Tell me about the Friends of Francis.
So I work at Donuts with a Difference, so I got my boss to donate a couple dozen boxes of donuts to us to help raise money. So we sold it once at the basketball games and then in the lobby, and we plan on continuing to sell more things to raise more money for the Medford Food Pantry. I used to volunteer a lot over the summer and like school vacations, so I know like they're volunteers themselves, so I wanted to do more than just volunteer my time and help do this project to help actually raise money for them. So I thought this was a good way.
So by fundraising, do you guys also help and work at the pantry?
I used to a lot.
You used to a lot.
Sorry.
All right.
And then this project kind of.
Thank you for sharing. You tell me about that. Are you ready? All right. Can you tell me about this beautiful ring on your finger?
Well, it's funny because today is a draft for the Patriots.
Yes.
And,
how exciting.
I'm trying to think, 1985.
Wow.
However many years that is. I was drafted to the Patriots, and my first year with the Patriots, we were able to go to the Super Bowl, and we played the Chicago Bears, and so we won't talk about the score or anything like that, but we hang our hats, our group, of being the first team to make it to the Super Bowl. And
well, a win is a win, right?
Hey,
a W is a W.
We earned it. We earned
it.
That's
and
for sure.
Well, it looks very nice.
Well, thank
very
you.
Very nice on that finger.
It doesn't compare to all the things that these kids are doing here. I tell you what, not even at the same level.
All right.
But I just wanted to say to you, thank you for having New England Patriots here today, and we're so proud of what the kids are doing and what they're doing with social justice and social responsibility. I was able to talk to a lot of the kids today, and it just blows me away of how passionate they are about what they're doing and making a difference in the community. And the New England Patriots charitable organization, the Patriots team, former players are all supporting the efforts here, and wish them great success in what they're doing.
Thank you so much, and thank you for supporting CCSR and the Medford Public Schools, and I wish you continued success in what you do as
Keep
well.
up the good work.
Thank you. Hi, I'm so excited to be here to learn about the outdoor classroom. Can you please tell me about your project, tell me your name and what grade you're in?
My name's Kaylee Boulay. I'm in 10th grade. I'm Emily Gaddy, and I'm in 10th grade. I'm Prabiti Rana. I'm also in 10th grade.
Wonderful. And
I'm Jenna Matarazzo, and I'm in 10th grade.
10th grade. All right, tell me about your project.
Okay, so we started last year by having it being a beautification project. So outside the gym doors, there were some areas with weeds and stuff. So we planted flowers there to kind of beautify the area.
Wonderful. And what are your plans moving forward?
So this year, so far, in the courtyard outside, we planted Asian pear trees and blueberry bushes, and we plan to make it an outdoor classroom.
An outdoor classroom. Any of you want to add?
This idea has progressed a lot because we started out with the idea of an orchard, and it slowly progressed to this classroom, which is actually better because it incorporates more into MHS itself. We're also putting the benches up this weekend, so we're actually getting things rolling, which is exciting.
How many benches?
I think in the floor plan over there, it's from anywhere to like 9 to 12 around there, I think.
and I just like the idea that we incorporate the outdoors to like expand variations for lesson plans for teachers in school.
And we also plan to put some artwork in the space of the outdoor classroom to further beautify it.
Yes. Greta, Miss Greta, you want to tell us about the outdoor classroom?
Well,
They updated us on some of the things, but any
yeah, so we're hoping to put it together on Sunday, and then Sarah Diaz is going to be using it hopefully soon, and yeah, I think it'll be a nice way to use the space.
Yeah, so it's Google Maps.
Google Maps. All right. Okay, but I'm going to ask you to say your name and your grade level.
I'm Henry Nguyen, and I'm a junior.
Junior. All right.
I'm Gus Tringali, and I'm a junior.
Junior.
I'm Nick Hollings, and I'm also a junior.
I'm Kieran Adams, and I'm also a junior.
Wonderful.
So what we're doing is we are trying to improve from the maps that were previously made from last year by a few seniors. And so what they did was they basically got a blueprint and they mapped out the entire school. So what we wanted to do was, since these are a little confusing and a little bland, we wanted to make them colorful and easy to use for people who may need them around the school. And so a few of these are in progress, a few of these are completed. What we will add are some "You Are Here" signs, and it's just because we're going to be hanging them up around the school in each building and a few times in each building. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Great. Anyone else want to add?
Our goal is to make it accessible, make it easier for the freshmen, for parents, for some new kids, maybe some teachers to like find their way around the school. Because I know, like, from my personal experience, I was so confused by this building, and so we feel like simple maps will help people better navigate our school.
All right. Headmaster DeLeva.
So this group, actually, we had a conversation of where to place certain maps, and we were talking mostly, if you're looking at like this area here, the C area, that they would find it. They also told me that they were going to give me the electronic version of this so that we can put it in our handbook for next year as well. We did have this map that was previously done, but these, obviously, the colorful ones are going to be more accessible, so it's going to be approved in the eye. The next stage I'd like is let's put it online and follow what Google says and make it Google and go from there. But great job, guys. Really, it's a great job.
Great job. Great job.
I'm Brandon McCusker. I'm a senior.
Senior.
And I'm Sophia DeMayo. I'm also a senior. So basically, our main goal is to try to fundraise as much money as we can for the Medford Police Department. So with this day, we basically have the Medford and Malden police dogs coming for like a demonstration kind of thing. We're baking dog treats. We're making homemade dog toys. We're doing like a bake sale. We're gonna have games, open mic, stuff like that. So we're just trying to get everyone together, just try to raise money for the police station because I know they need, as much money as they can get. So.
Can you tell us the date and time of this event?
So it's going to be Saturday, June 1st from 10 to 2.
Yeah, so we're also going to be doing a few raffles, so you should come buy a ticket and just have fun.
All right.
I have a question for you. What gave you the idea to do this?
So we both come from police families. So my grandfather and a few of my uncles are.
My dad was a cop.
Okay.
So yeah, we're both kind of entrenched in like everything police. So we
Yeah.
just figured it'd be a good thing to kind of support them and
Give back.
So.
That's a
Bring
great
your pets,
idea.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Particularly like the dog
I love
treats.
to.
The dog treats, yes.
Yeah.
My name is Zane. I'm a grade 11.
11.
My name is Nico. I'm a junior.
You're a junior. All right. Tell us about your project.
So our project's about electric car chargers. So we've noticed a lot of trends recently about electric cars, coming in the market. So like Tesla, BMW, Audi, all the auto groups are starting to put out electric cars, right? And the problem with them is that if you don't have enough range to get either to work, so teachers, students, to get to work, school or work, whatever you call it, right? Then you're gonna have a problem, not getting one, right? And it's gonna cause pollution because more people are gonna have cars, right? With this, we're gonna reduce the pollution around the school and in general, and more people are gonna have electric cars. Also, more people might start coming to the bistro because there's now charging for an electric car.
So was this an initiative that you guys started to get the
electric car chargers?
That is, and how many do you have by the bistro now?
They're installing them right now, but before the end of the year, we should have 2.
That's
great.
excellent.
That's
is
wonderful.
excellent.
So my husband has a Tesla,
yeah.
and he loves it, absolutely. And he will be so happy to hear about this project here. And you guys look sharp. You look really sharp. Thank you for the presentation and your work.
epilepsy awareness. Tell me your name, your grade level, and your project.
I'm Olivia Fermini. I'm a junior, and so me and my sister, she's not here right now, but we put together a PowerPoint and we made it into a video to put into our school's week in review, just to educate people about epilepsy, because I have it and I know that a few other kids in the school have it.
Have you had an opportunity to present this to classmates or?
So I think tomorrow it's going to be put into our week in review, which is a video that everyone watches in homeroom. So then that's when everyone will be able to watch it and learn about it, I guess. There's different types of seizures and there's different things that happen. So, and make sure no one's like stressed out if they're in that situation, unfortunately.
It's great that you're bringing awareness to this so that your students understand what it is, because so often when people don't understand something, they're afraid of it. But this way, by being upfront and sharing your own condition, is really great. Thank you so much for your work.
So I'm Elise Turner.
What grade are you?
Oh, grade 10.
Grade 10, okay.
Amishka Durali, grade 10.
Grade 10.
Maisha Vertulis, grade 10.
Grade 10. All right, tell us about your project.
So our project is called Benches for Duggar, and basically we want to put some benches in Duggar Park, because right now a lot of our sports teams practice there, but there's no seating or anything, like anywhere to put their stuff down. And so we thought it'd be a good idea to just put some benches there, and also to add like a pop of color and some fun to the park. We want to have students at Medford High design some designs to put on the benches. So they aren't there yet, but these are some examples that we have. And we want to have somewhat of a fundraiser where they can submit their artwork for a small fee. And then we're going to choose which ones we want to put on the benches. And we're only going to put in a few right now, but eventually we want to expand. And we're also working with the Carpenters Union, who are willing to build the benches. So we sent them an email and we're just waiting for a response back.
That is fabulous. Fabulous. Great idea.
This is excellent. And are you doing the painting on the benches, or is somebody coming in to help you paint? And yeah.
Medford to paint the benches because there are a lot of artists.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of murals in the festival already, so we want to do some murals or just some artwork on the benches.
That's great, because there's another project, and I think she's doing the murals. You could ask one of the students. Collaborate with them.
I love the idea of the art on the benches and a bright pop of color. Yeah. It would be great. It would be fun to go visit.
My name is Erin Tan. I'm in 9th grade.
Tell us about your project.
So my project was working with kindergarteners in the Brooks Elementary School, and so we want to teach them about the environment and what it is, what is considered an environment, because we want them to appreciate it now. So in the future, they don't want to mess it up, and they want to continue appreciating what they have now. So that would be good to get them started on what it is. So we did leaf rubbing, and we drew pictures of plants and animals. And at the very end, they all made cards for their parents about what they learned, and it was really cute and fun.
Thank you for sharing.
That's wonderful. And have you been how many classrooms have you been to?
It's mostly based with the kindergarteners. So almost every other week, I would go and do the project with them.
That is so nice. Oh my gosh.
And were you by yourself, or did you have other students, a team?
I have a partner, but he kind of come here today.
Okay, no problem. All right, thank you for sharing. I am at Tech Time. Tell me about your project. Tell me your name and your grade level.
So I'm Emma. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Adriana. I'm a senior.
Our project is Tech Time. We continued it from past CCSR members. And so basically every half day we go to the senior center down Medford Square, and basically they all sign up, and there's a bunch of people they're just waiting for us to answer any questions they have about their phone or help them and stuff. And then once we're done with that, we just hang out with them, talk to them for a good hour and a half. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
That basically Emma summed it up really well. We go there every half day and we hang out with them, help them with their phones. But mostly sometimes they don't even have questions about their phones. They just want someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Well, that's still wonderful. Amnesty International. No immigrant forgotten. Tell me your name, your grade level, and your project.
So I'm Mariana Plata, and I'm in 10th grade. Oh, I'm Kathleen Campbell. I'm also in 10th grade.
And our project is we're trying to collaborate with this organization in Tijuana, Mexico, which is called Casa del Migrante, which provides services like shelter, food, and water to immigrants who are at the border and struggling. So we're doing a fundraiser where we're going to... do you want to talk about the fundraiser? So we're going to sell food. So Mariana's grandmother is going to make some Mexican food. She's going to make rice, beans, and chicken tacos. And then we're going to sell them and donate those funds to the organization in Tijuana.
And what made you choose to do this international project?
So my mom actually used to live in Tijuana, so she knew one of the organizers of the organization, and so she recommended this organization for me to work with because I wanted to do something with Mexico, so that's why we chose.
Yeah, so my name is Samantha Valderrama. I'm a senior this year, and pretty much my project is giving back to people that stutter. So my project pretty much consists on donating your voices through this website, which is called Vocal Voices. Vocal ID. So I have some information right here, but it pretty much just you repeat phrases and words, and then they kind of symbolize it to any sort of age group that needs some sort of kid, anyone that stutters. That way, when they can't express themselves, they can use this website to obtain that voice that they don't have through your voice. So, and pretty much people, any student can come and do community service. They would get hours for it. And I'm partnering up with Miss Gomez because she actually has, one of her children suffers from stuttering. So that just kind of gave me that was my main purpose why. And last year I was really interested in it, and so this year I just decided to do a project with it, and yeah, so I partnered with her.
My name is Willa Driscoll, and I'm a senior. Fueling to the Finish Line was this project that I did with my good friend Maya Gomez-Coltas, who's also a senior. And Mr. Skorker gave us this really great opportunity where it was this ADCAP foundation, and you go, and they talk a little bit about just overall nutritional wellness and exercise, and then you have all these great resources and all these great people from all different types of fields, whether that's exercise and nutrition, and you have about an hour or so to think of a project on the spot, and they give you materials to outline your project, and then you get up on the big stage and in front of a panel of judges. In 1 minute you explain what your project is and why you deserve money for it. And Maya and I presented Fueling to the Finish Line, and we won a $1,000 grant, which was really great. And so what it is it's a picture of us at the event. So what it is, we used our $1,000 grant to pay this woman who's a nutritionist, and she made specialized videos for us who specifically about student athletes, and they're on the Medford High School website under school lunches. And then she also created these really great worksheets for us, so you can watch the videos and complete the worksheets.
Personalized for yourself.
Yeah, personalized, and then you fill them out, and you get put in a raffle for a $50 Amazon gift card. Yeah, as an incentive, so hopefully kids can learn a little bit more about the sports nutrition. That was our specific thing. So yeah.
Learning what to eat, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat. Also with different sports too. So it's really interesting because a lot of kids don't know about that.
How do you feel about the changes that have happened? We got some machines into some of the bathrooms
Yeah,
this year.
it's been really great. That was something that was hopefully the end game for our project since sophomore year when we started the project. It didn't ever seem like we'd get there, but it was really great to hear that. And now we want to pass off the project just to make sure that everything stays up to date, and will be consistently being filled. So that's our next, hopefully pass it off to some underclassmen, just like we were when we were sophomores, who are passionate about reproductive health and keep the project going.
I'm Michael Brandley. I'm a senior here at Medford High, and my CCSR project is the Songs for Social Change Music Festival. So basically what it is it's Medford Calling, the group, the club, and CCSR are co-coordinating an event where basically, students are, putting out their talent and performing some songs that have been, very culturally aware and brought about social change throughout history. So it's a lot of music. Like there's some Bob Dylan, 1975, some more like recent stuff, and it's a good variety, and it's just a good place for students to kind of demonstrate like why music is so important to changing the world around us.
All right, so I'm Sam Klugish.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
You're a sophomore. Tell us about this project.
All right, so it all started. So I'm part of the cross country team, and the other kid who's doing it too is also part of the cross country team. So our first home meet, which is at our home course, is at McDonald Park. We were down at the start line, and we were about to go, and we were looking behind us, and we realized that McDonald Park is quite dirty. There's a lot of like trash and a whole bunch of stuff that we believe has been washed up by the Mystic River. And so we were like, this is going to be our project. And so for the next couple months, we went down and we cleaned up as best as we could. We got like 12 like really big like trash bags, and we filled them to the brim with a whole bunch of random stuff that we found down there. And it still really wasn't like that much of a difference, which we believe is a huge testament to the amount of trash down there at McDonald Park. And so we feel like it larger societal, or like we need more people to clean up and do it like more often and it needs to become less of like a one day let's go clean up the parks, and more of like a more like recurring like habitual thing that people just do,
So any ideas for how that can happen?
We're thinking of working with various groups in the city to collaborate with them and find times that a whole bunch of people can go and clean the park on a regular basis.
I think you're making a difference, and just starting the 12 bags of trash that you gathered and you were able to get rid of, that's 12 bags fewer of what was already there. So thank you for your service. What's your name? Tell me your name and your grade level.
I'm Peter Tonenter. I'm in the 10th grade.
10th grade. Name and grade level.
I'm Day Chen, and I'm in the 10th grade.
All right.
I'm Janet, and I'm in the 10th grade.
I'm Colin Bailey, and I'm in the 10th grade.
All right. Tell us about the Hope Check.
So this was actually created about 2 years ago by the Interact and the Key Club with the help of Mr. Menasha and Mr. Polini. And they both kind of helped the clubs kind of get it going. And since then, it's been a flowing project. So we've gotten many things updated. So we've got this closet full of clothes, accessories, anything that a student could need for their academic career to help them achieve that. And we also just recently got a food pantry. So that's a big deal because now we can supply the students with food and the basic needs for a student, so they can get those and they can take them home. They can have a better life in turn, and I think this is really helping our community very well. So we've been continuing it. This is kind of like a promotion through the CCSR. It's mostly run by the Interact and the Key Club, but this is kind of helping them get out there and get their voice out. So
do all of you volunteer and work in the Hope Chest?
Yes.
And how often are you there on a weekly basis?
Probably like once a week.
Once a week.
It's you clean it once for a week, and usually by the end of the week it kind of gets messier, but it can go a couple weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. This is a great project, and you are definitely helping the Medford Mustangs, our community. So thank you for that.
Hi, my name is Antonia Collins, and I'm a senior here at Medford High School. So for my last and final CCSR project, I titled it Project Black and Pink. So Black and Pink is a prison abolitionist nonprofit organization in the United States, and it has chapters all throughout the country. So there's one right here in Boston, in Dorchester, which is actually pretty close by. So basically, Black and Pink focuses on LGBTQ+ people of color in prison. So this population a lot of times is neglected by their family for being trans or gay, and then they're also in jail. So when they're in prison, they often don't get mail on mail days by their family. They're often abused by prison staff or by other inmates in prison. And they're also people of color, so they also suffer under mass incarceration. So this group has a lot of societal prejudices and oppression against them, so that's kind of why I decided to focus in on them. So for my project this year, I organized an event at the West Medford Community Center where I gave a presentation about Black and Pink, and then I invited the community to write letters to inmates on Black and Pink's certified list. So this is just an example of one section of their list. You have the person's name, their pronouns, the state where they are, and the prison. And basically, they invite you to write letters. So if you can put your own address if you would like a letter back and if you feel comfortable with that, or you can put the address of the Black and Pink's office in Dorchester if you don't feel comfortable with having your address out there. And it's a really rewarding experience for me and for the senders and for the people that receive the letters. For example, I've done this 2 years in a row, and I've written like 1 page, and then I've gotten back 5, 6-page letters. It really shows how these people are very isolated, and they don't really get communication with the outside world a lot. So it shows that there's still people who care about them. There are still people who are working and fighting against the systems that are keeping them oppressed, and it's very heartwarming to see how much of a difference your words, just a simple letter, can make to someone who's been ostracized and who's having a hard time. So my project this year, we sent about 30 to 40 letters in total, and I'm still getting letters back from the ones that I sent a few months ago. So it's really awesome, and I hope to keep doing it in the future.
I'm Evian Upshur. I'm in 11th grade.
Yeah, I'm Rachel Klein. I'm also in 11th grade.
I'm Katie Sfonny. I'm also in 11th grade.
And I'm Audrey Soul, and I'm also in 11th grade.
Can you tell me what prompted you to do this composting project?
So the three of them started before I did. You know, they were really passionate, I am too, obviously, about the environment and about composting. And so they started the project last year, and I joined in towards the end of towards the end of last year. And ever since then, we've just kind of been working to see what we can do about the composting in our school.
Any other pieces you guys want to add?
Yeah, so kind of for a while now, the planet, since the Industrial Revolution, basically, temperatures have been warming on the planet, and there's also been a lot of plastic going into the planet. And so we kind of wanted to see what we could do about that. And we're high school students. We can't stop global warming, but we figured we could do as much as we could to kind of move Medford High in a better direction environmentally. And we thought composting was a great way to do that, seeing as all the waste from our cafeterias.
So are there any, with this, the 4 of you who are now working on it, is there a larger group, or is it the 4 of you, this is your specific project moving forward?
The 4 of us and our specific project, yeah. We're working with the club, Safe, though.
So how do you see, as the school year is coming down to a close, how do you see this evolving for next year?
We were recently awarded with a grant for $2,500. So our plan is to use that money to get the composting bins and the curbside pickup. I don't think we'll be able to start composting so soon as to the end of the year, but our plan is to at least get the bins and get everything to start working, and by next year we'll hit the ground running and we'll hopefully have composting bins ready.